Hi, we just finished meeting for intonation practice on Wednesday, November 17th. I thought I could do it without looking at least once. I knew what the day was, but I always have to look. I put some on here, rows 3 to 8, for examples of a short sentence and expressions and looking for word connections and changes within words. So if you're asking somebody, you're meeting somebody for the first time, instead of asking, "What's your job?" Just ask, what do you do? What do you do? Look over here. What do you do? So what do you do? When will you graduate? I'll graduate in 2 years. Graduate, and the T will move over to the in and change to a D. Din, graduate in 2 years. An aisle doesn't have to be a perfect aisle. It can be a flatter all. Your tongue can stay flat instead of aisle. All. I'll graduate in 2 years. And I put this here because I hear a lot of people say see you later, and it's too correct. And if you only say see you instead of see you later, it seems like I see you. I'm looking at you instead of see you later. So always change the you to ya. You can say see ya or see you later. See ya later. See you later. I'm looking forward to, oh, I changed the to duh because there weren't any other changes in this sentence. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Are you kidding me? Are you? Are you kidding me? This is disbelief. So you're going to have to jump higher because most people are in that situation are going higher. Like, are you kidding me? I can't stand cold weather. I can't stand cold weather. I hate it. The original story of Hansel and Gretel is positively ghoulish. So Hansel and Gretel will shorten and of Hansel and Gretel. We're pronouncing these names American English style, so the T will change to a D and the A is an A, Hansel. And instead of and, it can just shorten to N, Hansel and Gretel. And I put underline on pause for positively ghoulish as secondary stress. Like a word that would have secondary stress means it's stretched longer but not higher, so that it's not too jumpy. Like university, U is stretched longer. University. If it wasn't and you did higher in both places, university. That's da 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 da. Too much jumpy in a short space. So I didn't want to say is positively ghoulish. So positively ghoulish. Because ghoulish is a more descriptive word here and it means I didn't put the meaning here, but it's ghoulish, means ghost like, scary. The original story of Hansel and Gretel is positively ghoulish. That was kind of really exaggerated. Let's see if I said it in more normal conversation. The original story of Hansel and Gretel is positively ghoulish. UN watchdog warns of damaged ability to monitor Iran's nuclear activities. There's a lot of T's changing to D's. Ability, monitor, and activities. The second T changes to a D. I wanted to look up nuclear to make sure I was pronouncing it right after there's so much news about George Bush pronouncing it wrong and like which one is the right way. So I looked it up and it is nuclear. Damaged. It's a weird situation going from a J to a D because the G here sounds like a D, but it's 2 syllables, not 3. Damaged, but 2. Damaged. And damaged ability here. Damaged ability. The D will connect to the A, and because of that T changing to a D, now there's a lot of duh. Damaged ability. UN watchdog warns of damaged ability to monitor Iran's nuclear activities. And I had to look up ostensibly. because I wasn't exactly sure what this meant either. It means visibly. It may not be true, but it looks like it could be true. So I apologized, and the friction was ostensibly smoothed over. I apologized, and the friction was ostensibly smoothed over. So, smoothed over. It is already difficult to go from the TH smoothed back for the D. Your tongue goes out for the TH, smoothed, and then up for the D. But now the D will connect to the O, smoothed over. So I moved it over here. I apologized, and the friction was ostensibly smoothed over. And I learned a new word in this one, puerile. Puerile. It means juvenile or childish, so immature. And you may not be familiar with gross out, which means disgusting. And gags is prank or small event. The movie was filled with puerile comedy. Yeah. The movie was filled with puerile comedy and gross out gags. Gross out gags. If our grandmother knew that you sold her ring that you inherited, she would roll over in her grave. If far will connect, sold her, and you can get rid of the H in her, sold her. She would roll over in her. You don't have to say the H in her grave. If our grandmother knew that you sold her ring that you inherited, she would roll over in her grave. Let me play devil's advocate and argue the other side of the gun issue with you. Let me, you're not going to release the T, just hold it. Let me play devil's advocate. And you can say and argue, or no D and say and argue. The other side of the gun issue. So there's connections there. And I want to point out that here, advocate sounds like advocate. The ATE ending can be kit if it's a person or an adjective. And if it's ATE as a verb, I would advocate for your rights. Then the ATE sounds like ate, past tense. I ate this yesterday. But this one is a devil's advocate, so it's a person working for the devil. So it's a person. Let me play devil's advocate and argue the other side of the gun issue with you. Issue with you makes me laugh. I don't know why. Okay, I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. It was a small group, but that's great. I get to hear everybody more and go into more detail. I hope you can join us next Wednesday. I will be here, even though it's the day before Thanksgiving. I'm not leaving town, so why not? I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.